Hello there everyone, Ashnflash here, and welcome on into a brand new LEGO DREAMZzz set reveal video. Today we've got official pictures for all of the sets launching this summer, which is pretty crazy. They actually release all in August, despite a video that we just put out 2 weeks ago, where one of the shops that some of the pictures came out from, they said that they were going to be available in May. What I think they meant was that those sets are going to be available for pre-order in May, for August 1st. And I know what you're thinking, oh, maybe it's a North American thing that they're going to be available August 1st. No, that's for even Europe. So worldwide, that's going to be the release date for all these. But really exciting stuff. If you want to hop around to the different chapters and sets, you can find them down below. But let's go ahead, let's get started with the very first set here, which is set number 71478. This is the Never Witches Midnight Raven set. This is going to be retailing for $99.99 USD or $129.99 Canadian. It was actually one of those sets that we talked about before, so I won't go into too much detail with this, but one of my favorite things that these sets are actually introducing, and you're going to see this throughout the whole thing if you missed that other video, is that they are sort of, in my opinion, borrowing some ideas from Superman and DC, which I really love. One of them being that the villains, of course, they didn't come up with it, but this is what I think of. The villains are sort of bizarro, inverted villains of the heroes. Their official names in the descriptions are evil doppelgangers. So we're getting Izzie, who looks really cool. I love the aesthetic. You'll notice with these figures, by the way, it looks like their outfits are sort of corrupted versions of their original outfits from the first wave of sets, because they all have new updated outfits, the heroes. Mateo's got a brand new outfit here with a new jacket piece, which you're going to see in a couple of the sets. You'll notice he's also got a new stripe in his hair, which I think is interesting. You also have a new character here named Astrid, which is really cool, in the wheelchair, the golden wheelchair. And then the villain for this wave, which is the Never Witch, who appeared in a January set. But yeah, she's going to be in a lot of these that you're going to see. So don't worry, you don't have to get this one in case you were worried that she's going to be locked here. The Raven looks cool, and then also the alt build of the Baba Yaga cottage is neat too. 71479. This is Zoey's cat motorcycle. This is going to be retailing for $19.99 USD or $24.99 Canadian. And it's fine. It looks very sleek for sure. It's just not something that really interests me personally. But the alt build is some sort of hovercraft version. I don't know. The wheels turn into like this music. There's music discs on there. That's interesting. I didn't see that before. But yeah, it's flying. Also, there's just like a base version of the cat. But the characters in here that you are getting is Duper, the bizarro version of Cooper. Zoey's got a new outfit, and I don't know how I feel about it. It doesn't feel like her at all, in my opinion. I don't know, something's off, but I will say I do like that she's using the bow and arrow, like flick fire missile piece from Avatar. And then the other idea that they're borrowing in quotations is the shrunken cities in a bottle. And so all of the different islands are scattered throughout the set. This one is the gaming one, and you can see it's a brand new dome piece. It's sort of crystallized at the top with that cool new raven. Next up here, we've got set number 71480. This is the Panda Mech Takedown, retailing for $29.99 USD or $39.99 Canadian. This conceptually is really interesting. Again, not for me, not really a big animal mech sort of person or mechs in general right now, but I like the concept of this in terms of, look at the bamboo gun. That's so cool, having the stud shooters there in green. Like, that just works so darn well. I also like some of the bamboo, like as the armor on the torso looks neat. That whole printed piece on the top part there for the head is great. Those orb pieces for the ears. You can actually open it up and put Logan inside. The alternate build for this is one that's sort of more primal on its legs there, like crawling, and then you've also got a bamboo gun on the back. But in terms of the figures here that you're getting, of course, we're getting Logan in his new outfit, which looks really cool, and Dogan as well. Next up, 71481. This is Izzie's Dream Animals. This is going to be retailing for $39.99 USD or $49.99 Canadian. Interesting set for sure. I don't know. Again, these animal builds, I don't particularly like them. I will say, looking at the back of the box, Like, look at that. It looks like a computer mouse. Oh my goodness, or an egg. The whole body there that can transform into the base of these different animals. So you've got the red panda, of course. You've also got this bird there with you could take a bunch of the pieces and make like a bunch of tree trunks, and that's also done over here in this last build with this sort of flying tortoise. The characters that you're getting in here are Izzie, who looks really cool in this new outfit. I really like the hair and the new sword, and also, I didn't say this before, but there's a new hourglass piece here being used for the weapons. But yeah, definitely interesting. She's got a cape piece instead of pieces on her legs, so Star Wars fans won't be too upset about that. So this is just a Dreamling. A new design, though. Looks cool. I love the Thanos head in that color and the little plant, as well as a new red panda piece, which is rumored to be appearing in a couple of city sets. That's really cool. You're going to see that across a couple of these. Of course, you're getting Dizzy in here. Next up here, we've got set number 71483. This is the Never Witch's Nightmare Creatures, retailing for $44.99 USD or $59.99 Canadian. Honestly, when I saw this originally last night, I was very confused. I was like, wow, I did a video talking about this, and I didn't talk about how there's a cauldron on the floor and all these other characters. And then I realized, no, this is just another set with a brick-built raven. So yeah, this is like that last set that we just saw where you can transform them into a bunch of different sets. So looking at the back of the box, you can see like you start with this little cauldron, and then it can be, you know, built into 3 different things. One of them being the raven, the other one being a dark version of Z-Blob, whose name is Doomblob. I don't know why they just didn't go with D-Blob, but which is so cool. Oh my goodness. Looks awesome. First of all, the color schemes with all the transparent pink and all that, but then the head, that looks so great. The wings look so cool too. The sort of mouth on the belt, I love that. To me, why is that not the cover of this set? That's what's going to be confusing. Is there's 2 ravens on the sets. Like, one's a smaller version, I know, and price tag wise, but just that's so much cooler to me. I don't get why they chose to do that. And then there's also a wolf that you could build as well. So it looks like Mateo has possessed the pencil here, you could see in this color scheme. You've also got the Never Witch again, and a bunch of, again, they're reusing a bunch of the characters, except Z-Blob is actually attached to this, the hourglass piece with this sword, so that's kind of neat. Next up, 71484. This is Cooper's Robot Dinosaur C-Rex, retailing for $79.99 USD or $99.99 Canadian. And again, we talked about this, of course, before, but it's pretty cool dinosaur build. I like the idea of this sort of rusted out version that they're making. You can see it's coming out of a cargo crate there on the back of the box. That's kind of neat. We didn't see that before. And the chest can open up to spring out the motorcycle, as well as you can turn into a sort of pterodactyl flying dinosaur. And that's neat. But in terms of the characters that we're getting in here, the big draw, I think, for a lot of people here is going to be a Cooper, who's got a really cool outfit here. He's sort of robotic now, I guess, this season in his dreams. And I like the hair and hat combo that they've created here. But also that jacket piece here in red looks kind of cool too. Next up, 71485. This is Mateo and Z-Blob the Knight Battle Mech. This is going to be retailing for $129.99 USD or $169.99 Canadian. And this is a really cool looking mech for sure. Again, I'm meched out, but I can still appreciate, wow, this looks really great. It does look like Z-Blob. It's got a giant Z-Blob head on like the chest, which looks really cute. But yeah, you've got another version of the mech, which is the Centaur mode, which looks really cool. I didn't talk about that before, but yeah, that is quite cool with the 4 legs and sort of like the sword in one hand. I like that a lot. But in terms of the minifigures that we're getting in here, nothing new that we haven't talked about in other sets, besides Logan, who's got a new hat and hood recolor combo here. Last up here, we've got set number 71486. This is the Castle Nocturnia, retailing for $199.99 USD or $259.99 Canadian. This is the biggest dream set yet. This was referred to as a D2C, so I think this might be remaining exclusive to LEGO, at least for the first few months. But wow, I was not expecting to get this location as a set. I think that it does look really cool. Again, I don't think that they've had a single Dreams playset that has missed. This looks awesome. I want to talk about just, I guess, the golden center pillar first. Really, really great. I am blown away by how that looks. I love the hourglass up at the top. The stained glass there too is really, really great. The leaves and different things climbing up onto the one side. And then on this angle over here, you've got this sort of forest section, which looks great with all the blue leaves. Also, a lot of the islands and different things and the bottles are hanging from the trees. And then we've got this red section. I like this banner. That looks cool with the moon. But then also just the rest of like this sort of castle build that you've got going on. And then the red Nexonite shield pieces. But what's cool about this is that you can rotate this around and flip it and sort of play with it in different sections, sort of like what we saw on the show where like gravity wasn't affecting them and different things. So you can do that here, and that's just so fun. I really like, this is like a set that we've never gotten before. So there are also different versions of the castles here. I'm just going to show you them on screen just so that you can sort of get a sense of the three builds, and even looking at the back of the box. But their names are the Forest Nest, the White Castle, and the Fortified Tower. I'm not sure why they do this every time, but they aren't showing the interior of this building, which is really frustrating. The description says that there's a secret cave, throne room, library, and waterfall. One of the things that I'm really surprised by how they did it was actually the manticore. I'm a little surprised by that. I think it turned out well. So the product images for the wings make it look like a couple of different colors for the circular pieces on the wings. But if you look here at the lifestyle image, it just looks like they're transparent yellow. So that's kind of disappointing and false advertising in my opinion. But I love the Nexonite shield pieces. Those are so cool for the wings and the crystals. Like, that's great. And even on the sides of the heads and all that, I'm actually pretty blown away by that. I won't go over the characters we've already talked about here. Mateo does have a new shoulder piece there from the Master of the Mountain Ninjago season. And I also noticed here with Mateo, he has a Z-Blob as a little small version. So that's super cool to see. Mrs. Castillo has a brand new outfit here, and it's updated. I love the face print there. That's pretty great. And of course, we are getting a couple more little Dreamlings, the red pandas in this set, as well as that little brown Dreamling too. Anyways, everyone, what do you think of Dreams? I think this is a really solid wave. I actually think that this might be better than, at least as a wave as a whole, than the original ones. But comment down below what's your favorite. I like the concept of these evil versions of the characters and all that. It's pretty cool. Again, only really in this for the playsets and the cool minifigures, but awesome overall. Be sure to subscribe, turn the bell notification so you don't miss out on other summer sets, because if we're looking at August already, we got to look at the June stuff, right? And I'm excited for those reveals. I've got you covered for those, and potentially reviews later on this summer with these releasing. But I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Hope you all have a great day. We'll see you all in the next one.